First question is, what empirical scientific evidence does the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority have within a logical scientific framework that proves cause and effect and specifically proves that carbon dioxide from human activity affects climate and needs to be cut to save the reef? GBRMPA has said a lot about that, and I'd like to know what evidence and specific.
I'll ask my Chief Scientist to address that, Senator.
Thank you, Mr Thomas.
David Wackenfeld, Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority. The effect of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is not our direct business. There are thousands of scientists all over the world who do research into climate and the effects of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases. The work of those scientists is synthesised and summarised in the assessment reports of the IPCC. We don't independently assess evidence for the effects of carbon dioxide on atmosphere and climate, and that's a global issue, not a Great Barrier Reef issue.
So I understand, I've forgotten your name, I'm sorry.
David Wackenfeld.
Mr Wackenfeld, I understand that, Doctor, is it? Thanks. I understand that GBRMPA, we have any advance on David? Okay, I understand that GBRMPA has echoed those claims and spread those claims that carbon dioxide needs to be cut to save the barrier reef. Is that correct?
Senator, the authority's position is well set out in our climate change position statement, and yes.
What is that?
So we have a position statement that articulates quite clearly that we see climate change as the greatest threat to the Great Barrier Reef, and that all action should be taken to reduce emissions over time at a global, national and local scale.
So, according to Dr Wackenfeld, the evidence for that is in the IPCC.
No, Senator, the evidence for that is in probably thousands of scientific papers by scientists.
But you can't point to where it is specifically for the basis of that policy?
Well, Senator, there is, I'm trying to summarise here, a vast body of global research conducted by scientists all over the world that is probably most authoritatively summarised in the IPCC reports. The specific consequences of climate change for the Great Barrier Reef are also covered by the work of many scientists from many institutions. That work is summarised in our Outlook report, which we produce every 5 years.
Thank you for repeating it again. Mr Thomas has just told me your position statement says that this carbon dioxide from human activity is the greatest threat to the Great Barrier Reef. And I want to know what specifically you rely on. Pinpoint it. Where's the specific scientific data within a logical scientific framework that proves human carbon dioxide affects barrier reef and is, to quote Mr Thomas, the greatest threat to the Great Barrier Reef?
Well, Senator, as Dr Wackenfeld is trying to explain, there are thousands of sources
I just want one
that we consider and digest, and we'd be very happy to provide you a summary or a list of some of those sources that we rely on heavily.
What I would like, and make it very clear, is the empirical scientific data within a logical scientific framework that proves cause and effect, that specifically states the link between carbon dioxide and various climate factors such as water temperature, ocean temperature, air temperature, rainfall, droughts, winds, currents, ocean alkalinity. That's what I would like. Until you have that, there's no basis for policy, no basis for your statement.
Well, Senator, we do have that.
Good, I'd like to see it.
Well, it's in the Outlook report, is the short answer.
Can you give me the page, please?
Sorry?
Can you give me the specific page of the specific effect of carbon dioxide? To make a policy and a statement on a position statement, such as Mr Thomas has made, we need the specific link between amount of carbon dioxide and impact on those various climate factors. I want to know where it is.
So, Senator, that's not one piece of work. The impact of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases on our atmosphere, the greenhouse effect that they have warming our atmosphere, obviously that's global research. As the atmosphere warms, the ocean warms. That means the Great Barrier Reef warms. The Great Barrier Reef is approximately 0.9 of a degree warmer than it was about a century ago.
I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the human cause I want to see the link, the quantified link, because until you provide that, there's no basis for Dr. Thomas's position statement.
Well,
I want to know the link.
yes, Senator, there is a basis for that position statement.
I'd like to
and
see it then.
Well, Senator, it's present in a vast body of global science
So you can't
summarised
give
by
me a
the,
specific link to that policy?
Well, Senator,
the policy. Yes, Senator, I've got it right here.
I think
Specific quantified link
Senator,
stating carbon dioxide from human activity.
Dr. Wachtenfeld has tried to answer your question. The Outlook report is our best digest of the information available to us about the pressures on the Great Barrier Reef, of which we see climate change as being the greatest. That report has some 1,400 citations in it. We'd be very happy to point them out to you, here this evening in the back of that document, or separately provide them on notice to you.
I just want the specific. I just want the specific interest.
Senator Roberts, this is our world we're talking about. It might be very different in Senator Roberts' world.
So what?
Very
What?
different.
Senator
What?
Roberts,
Another-
Senator Wish
another
Wilson.
planet, perhaps.
Senator Wish Wilson, you do not have the call. Can I suggest that you do take that on notice? I think what Senator Roberts after is a worked example of one of those pieces of work that demonstrates the linkage he is talking about. Could I ask you perhaps to take that on notice if that answers your question,
Sure.
Senator Roberts?
And I'll make the comment, Chair, that when people malign or smear, it indicates they don't have the evidence. So that's. I'm not accusing you of doing that, by the way.
I rest my case.
So are you aware that Liberal, Labor and National Party MPs have told me that they have never seen such evidence for the reef nor for climate generally? Are you aware?
No, Senator, I'm not
Thank
aware
you.
of what other politicians have told you. Sorry.
Are you aware that the Howard Anderson government introduced a renewable energy target that is now gutting our electricity sector, stole farmers' property rights to comply with the UN's Kyoto Protocol,
Senator,
and was the first major party to introduce a carbon dioxide
It's the
tax?
Illuminati to confuse
Senator
us.
Wish Wilson,
The Illuminati is
Senator
very
Wish Wilson,
serious, Chair.
interjections are disorderly, and Senator Roberts, can I ask you to come to the point on relevant questions that the officials can answer without long preambles? The
Okay.
hour is late and we have another 2 sections to get through.
So I notice you're going to provide the evidence. What I highlight is that I need the specific quantified relationship between human carbon dioxide production and climate factors, including air temperature, ocean alkalinity, winds and currents. Is that clear?
And Senator, I should just point out here, we will provide that information to you. We may need to consult other portfolios and
Happy for you to do
experts who
Happy for you to do
have
that.
the Commonwealth lead on climate policy.
Sure.
Thank you, Senator Roberts.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you. Any